Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the PopSockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to Payman's Bulletin, where we dive into the latest gaming news and controversies. I'm your host, Name, and today we're talking about a rather unusual situation involving Genshin Impact. So you log into Genshin after a long day, maybe to farm, explore, or just chill, but something feels off. That's because the voice lines don't sound the same, and suddenly you're left with a single question: what's going on? You see, Genshin Impact has become deeply affected by the ongoing SAG-AFTRA strike, despite being non-union. Let's get into it all, including why SAG-AFTRA is involved in this controversy, even though Genshin shouldn't be part of the protest. In simple terms, SAG-AFTRA looks out for voice actors by protecting their rights. Which leads to an important question: why is Genshin Impact even part of this protest, when it should not even be affected by the strike due to its status as a non-union company? Why did SAG-AFTRA even try to call out Hoyoverse's official accounts on Twitter and link to their interim agreement? It all revolves around the voice acting contracts and who gets to decide how these voices are used. Another issue wrapped around this topic is how the substitute VAs are being treated. Do they deserve it? When Genshin hired Jacob Takanashi to voice Kinish, a replacement for the previous VA, it kicked up a storm. Why? Because some SAG-AFTRA VAs weren't too happy about it. Calling him a scab, a term used for replacements during strikes, they went after Takanashi. Despite Genshin not being the target of the strike, this incident shows just how complicated things are when union loyalties clash with what's legally happening in the industry. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. If Hoyoverse doesn't agree to SAG-AFTRA's terms, it would mean they have to let go of all the union VAs, who roughly make up 2/3 of the English VAs who have worked in Genshin. This is due to the first clause in the union, where VAs cannot work at a company that has been struck, or they will be fined. Agreeing to SAG-AFTRA's terms doesn't just mean prohibiting AI. They want to turn Genshin into a union project, which means one of two things. Either they will have to let go of all the non-union VAs within a maximum of 3 months, or all the non-union VAs themselves must pay a hefty annual fee to join SAG, where SAG will then have the power to decide what they can and cannot work on. Now, things get even more complicated when we consider that Genshin Impact is a Chinese company. Under Chinese law, they're legally restricted from using AI-generated voices based on existing VA recordings. So, that nullifies the main reason SAG-AFTRA is even involved with Hoyoverse. If they're bound by such laws, why are we seeing a strike over the same issue? Even if Hoyoverse agrees to be with the union, which has been seen by Chinese companies before, it begs another question: will the agreement even be legal? You see, as a non-union company in China, Hoyoverse cannot legally sign a union agreement not based in China. It's against Chinese law to do so. So, how does that work out? How can a union, based outside of China, enforce its demands when the company isn't subject to those same laws? The interim agreement floating around is really what's got everyone talking. It's unclear how this will affect Hoyoverse's ability to hire VAs from outside the US. If the company can't legally sign those agreements, what does it mean for all those talented voice actors from around the world? There are a lot of questions with little answers provided. So, Payman's Bulletin readers, what do you think of this controversy, and do you think Hoyoverse should join the union? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're one of our talented VAs out there, we want to hear from you too. We'll be discussing more on this topic in future episodes, so stay tuned for more Payman's Bulletin.